So, I just got back to the official trailer for the Book of Boba Fett releasing, so of course, you know, I mean, I may be later than other reactors getting their videos up, but of course, I had to, being BobaTalks, get my thoughts out on the Book of Boba Fett official trailer. You know, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, that should go without saying. Yes, if you didn't know already, BobaTalks does indeed stem from Boba Fett. This was actually originally going to be one of those Star Wars channels. And who knows, maybe one day I will be doing a lot more Star Wars content, but you didn't come here for the origin of this channel. But yeah, like, just to get my expectations out the way, I enjoy The Mandalorian a lot. You know, it's not the most perfect show in terms of several aspects and elements, but I truly do believe, as a Star Wars fan, it has been the best thing for Star Wars that has come out of Disney, at least in my opinion. And when we saw Boba Fett finally make his return in canon, it was pretty badass. It really was. And, you know, now we've got its own series, so it's finally time to see what that is actually going to be all about. I mean, we already kind of knew what they were going into, but now we actually get to see what work they've done. So watch this along with me, guys. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below as to what we're about to see. Maybe you're watching this with me for the first time, or maybe you've already seen it, but I'm just going to shut up now and play the trailer.
I am not a bounty hunter. I've heard otherwise.
You were a bounty hunter, Mr. Fett, but what are you now? The king of the Star Wars criminal underworld? Okay.
I know that you sit on the throne of your former employer.
We've got a nice... Oh, brilliant. Good.
Jabba ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect.
Cool. Fair enough.
You were all once captains under Jabba the Hutt.
I'm here to make a proposal that's mutually beneficial. Why speak of conflict when cooperation can make us all rich?
What prevents us all from killing you and taking what we want?
Because you can't.
If you had spoken such insolence to Jabba, he'd have fed you to his menagerie.
Please. Speak freely.
Okay. All right. Okay, so that looked cool, but I feel like they should have labeled it teaser trailer rather than official trailer. I mean, who fucking knows what goes on with trailers these days, because there's normally like 7 different variations of them before they come out. No, so that looked good. It didn't have as much in it as I was expecting for an official trailer. Obviously, we're going to get more. Like another trailer, another main trailer, or whatever they're going to call it, before December 29th. So the biggest attractive thing about this for me, as a Star Wars fan, and probably many Star Wars fans, is the fact that we're going into the somewhat criminal underworld of Star Wars, which is such a rich piece of story that hasn't really been too catered to in live action. I mean, yeah, we have dabbled here and there, of course, especially in expanded universe stuff. We were going to go there in games, such as Star Wars 1313. Shout out to all the fans out there who are looking forward to that game, which looked pretty good, but they freaking... Okay, I just need to get through it, I'm sorry. But yeah, 1313, I know this sounds like a bit of a tangent, but it's relevant because they were, and there has been plans to dive into the scum and villainy part of Star Wars for quite some time. And now that we're doing that, albeit not in a video game factor, but now in a live action one, I think a lot of us are really hopeful for what that can bring, especially with a character and the premise being that now that I was about to say Jabba the Fett, Jabba the Hutt is gone, you know, Boba Fett could come along and really kind of take what is his. But I like the premise with him saying, I want to rule by respect, not fear. That doesn't mean that he won't be somebody to reckon with. You know, if you kind of don't, if you disrespect him, I'm sure there's going to be moments like that, of course, where if you disrespect Boba Fett, he'll probably clap you up, you know? Not in that way. But obviously just walking into this somewhat ring of, you know, drug cartels and all kinds of things, you know, if you've been a Star Wars fan and whether it's gone through the games of old, such as Knights of the Old Republic, or just absorbed a lot of the material, you know how much potential there is in this, but you can't just walk in and be like, yeah, I'm the big cheese now. So Boba's gonna have to, it's so weird saying Boba without talking about myself, Boba is going to have to earn this respect as much as he wants to command this respect. As we see in the trailer, there's people like, and why would we just, I can't remember what they exactly said, but why would we just listen to you? Why wouldn't we just kill you? Well, it's kind of like, well, good luck with that. And as we see, he hands people's asses to them. Fennec Shand as well. She looks pretty badass. Looking forward to them being a bit of a duo. They say every galaxy has an underworld in this trailer, and that is true. That is true. But it looks like for the most of this teaser trailer, it's somewhat kept to one sector of the Star Wars galaxy or whatever. I do get that logistically, you can't just go to all of these sectors and take over their criminal underworld, but I have to admit, I really do want to see other locations such as Nar Shaddaa. That would be incredible. Absolutely. The Star Wars fans know what I'm on about. Nar Shaddaa is like the cesspool of anywhere in the Star Wars galaxy for what this very premise is. But also, you know, maybe the lower levels of Coruscant. That would be incredible, especially to see a Coruscant post Return of the Jedi. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't want to get my expectations too high up there, because also at the same time, we do have to, you know, note that Boba Fett can't just go be like, yeah, I'm the daddy of every single sector in Underworld. He has to take probably Jabba's little sector. That's why we get a lot of these sandy and Dooney-like locations. But I really do hope that at some point, somewhere along the way, they do take their ship and go to places like Nar Shaddaa. That's my biggest desire. I don't want to say I'm quite underwhelmed, because that's not it, because I'm very grateful for what I saw here. I just would have loved to have seen different locations being teased of different criminal underworlds in places such as Nar Shaddaa, the lower levels of Coruscant, which I believe Star Wars 1313, that video game I mentioned earlier, was going to get into. So many other places, rather than just the same old Tatooine-esque, you know, deserty location, which is, you know, a very symbolic Star Wars location to see. And as I mentioned, obviously they need to kind of make sure they have the respect of the current sector where he's at, Jabba's old palace, but I really hope they branch out a bit more into other locations. The action looks really promising, and the action in Boba Fett looked really, really cool. And that's the thing here. I don't know if you guys have rewatched the fight in The Mandalorian of that episode, you know, where Boba Fett came up and he was badass like that. It looks badass, but that doesn't mean it's technically good, if you know what I mean. Like, logic-wise, like plot armor-wise. Plot armor, stormtroopers coming out of cover, just running into getting shot, things like that. I hope that, despite how awesome we got moments like that from The Mandalorian, that we do get moments like that again in this show, but I just hope that they apply a teeny little bit more logic to it, if you know what I mean. But yeah, overall, it looks cool. It looks very promising. I'm very biased towards Star Wars anyway, so I'm probably going to enjoy it regardless. Looking forward to seeing all this freaking Star Wars aliens. That's why my mouth just opened quite wide when I saw the Ithorian. I don't know why. Ithorians just always remind me back to a time of when I was playing Knights of the Old Republic when I was a kid, like 8, 9 years old. But yeah, let me know what you thought of this, guys. Are you looking forward to Star Wars, the Book of Boba Fett? I'm definitely looking forward to it. I just hope that it lives up to a lot of people's expectations, and I hope it does go into other scum and villainy places in the Star Wars galaxy that definitely deserve that recognition, like I mentioned earlier. But let me know your thoughts on that. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? I would love to I read every single comment, so I will be doing that. Other than that, guys, in the top pinned comment is where you can follow me just a little bit more, like on Twitter, if you want to follow me there, other social medias, Discord server and whatnot, and just like this video. It really does help me out when you like these videos. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you, fellow bounty hunters, in the next video. Goodbye.